Hi everybody, welcome. I'm feeling pretty frustrated right now because I lost about 2 hours of footage doing this and I was only left with the end bit, so I'm going to try to bring you up to speed with the speed paint of what happened. So first I did this sketch and then I did a second sketch layer which just made it like I do it very messy at first and then I have to try to figure out the body shape, and then on top of this layer I did the line art. There's the line art. And then I put in all the flat colours, so I duplicate the line art layer, and in the line art layer beneath, that's where I fill in all the colour, the blocks of colour. And after filling in the blocks of colour, I shade it, and I try cell shading and trying to use shadow colours that aren't from that, not like a darker version of that colour, but from another colour in the piece, and then I make it darker. Right, now that's out of the way, let me explain what I'm actually doing here. This is a draw this in your style challenge. I mean, you could probably tell that from the cover. I haven't made the cover yet, but from this artist on Instagram. Their name is pakmur.art. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But yeah, I found a redraw challenge that they put up, and I thought the colour scheme is super cute. Like, their colour schemes honestly are so beautiful. I really love their use of colour, so that's the one I decided to redraw. Do you see the arrow up above the girl? It'll appear in a second. Yeah, there, that arrow. That's sort of just indicating to me where the light's coming from. I just picked a random place. Because I keep doing it, because I've only done it twice where I like shade in this way, and both times I picked like a sort of upwards right hand corner, so I want to try something slightly different. It's still sort of similar, but yeah, I want it to be sort of more going downwards below them, less to the side. It's still sort of to the side though. Something I've been enjoying recently is those like sort of those cheeks where it's like whoosh. You know, with this piece, and because it's I think from now on, like, the only thing I've got left to do is the background because so much of it got lost, but I think it's because of the color scheme that she had, but this is like a kind of a vibe, like sort of pastel, sort of lineless looking sort of a style that I really enjoy and that I've been wanting to achieve, and like finally managed to create something like this. I think my issue was that I was always trying to shade too much, not shade too much, but make things too soft between the darks and lights, but with this sort of the more harsh shading, it's much better. So something I wanted to mention that was different from this other draw this in your style challenge that I did from someone else's, it was like a frog girl, is that I directly colour picked from the original one in this one. It's a perk of digital art, isn't it? And I mean, that helped me to learn about the colour scheme that they were using and how like effective it was. Yeah, and I really enjoyed that. But you might also notice from the background in their one, there is a lot of stars. And I don't really like doing super abstract backgrounds. I mean, I don't know. Have I done super? Maybe I've done it before. I probably do it sometimes, but I like something a little more grounded. At least that's what I wanted with this. So I just started sort of blocking in this wall and this tree. And when I got to the leaf part, I started struggling on the tree. And then I looked up and I was like, wait, there's loads of trees out this window. So just use straight from real life reference to get those little leafy bits in. It's not a realistic tree by any means, but it's definitely helpful having something to go on. I've always found trees very difficult. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because when you're young, you're told that trees are drawn a certain way, and then you just get into a habit of it. It's like this two big curvy lines beside each other, and then a bunch of blobby on top, like a cloud on a yeah. Okay, so the reason I said stars in her thing, I was like, okay, stars, so maybe it could be like at night, and it sort of fits the sort of blue purpley colour scheme that I've got. The reason I found out that moonlight is red, but I'm going to learn about that at some point. But it was giving sort of dusky nighttime vibes, so instead of having a bunch of abstract stars, my version has got like a starry night sky. Have you ever done a draw this in your style challenge? There's like so many ones to pick from on Instagram. Actually, I've done one myself, or will be doing. Yes, I've done one myself. I get confused as to when I've uploaded stuff and posted stuff. You can do it to my original character, Penelope. She's a princess. But this person's... that was a car I'm recording this outside. This person's one would be a really cool one for you to try, because I had fun with it, and it's a simple enough design that you've got enough like creative freedom with it while still making something that's very recognisably like a redraw of that thing. After playing with colour adjustment layers to make it more nightimey and more blue, and anyway, to make it all more unified, I'd realised that the skirt was just a little too harsh still. I imagine it to be sort of like tulle kind of a skirt. I don't know, sort of like that slightly staticky kind of a skirt. So I just felt like it needed more texture, a little... The dark versus the light in the skirt is very harsh, so it just needed that little extra bit, and I used an oil brush for that. Most of this I was using a pen brush for, but like trying to texture it, like, oh, it was fun, the texture. Like you can see on the cat and the jumper how I've got a small enough brush, so I've got like extra frizzy bits, and I put little spikes, like spikes? I don't know, little lines all over the jumper to make it look like fabric. Well, maybe it's not a jumper, it's a top, but those tops have this sort of texture to them. It was interesting looking at the flower in the reference, or the original drawing, because it looks sort of like a rose, but after the way I'd drawn the hand, you wouldn't be grasping a rose like that. It'd be pretty painful. So I decided to interpret it as a tulip instead. It's tulip, white tulip. It was like close enough to either one. It could have, swayed either way. Oh, I'm just so happy with this cat. It's so cute, I'm not very good at animals, but like the sketch that I did of the cat without any reference just like had this nice flow to it. So then I looked up a reference to like niggle some little bits. And, just really happy with it. Maybe it's the way that it's shaded. Or maybe it's literally just the colour they chose, this lovely dark blue colour. It's a really good colour for a cat. And that bow just looks so sick. And, the little mittens as well. Their design was just very good, basically. I feel like this is a good way of, like, getting out of an art block or something. Or if you're not feeling motivated to come up with something, or you don't have any ideas to do this challenge. Because all the idea creation is there for you, and especially if you choose a good design, then you just like put your own spin on it and you can create something really cool. And with my signature, the challenge was complete. So here's the first one, and I recently remembered that you can do this thing where you like wipe it away because it's digital. It's so fun. Anyway, how do you think I did interpreting it? And also check out the original piece. How was the I love those zoom-ins. Anyway, great seeing you guys. Have a good week. Look at my Instagram, please. I can do commissions for you if you like. Cool. See ya. And subscribe.